Hi everyone, happy Monday. Today begins a new week, and with a new week comes a new theme. So last week our theme was ocean life and oceans, and we got to explore the deep blue sea. We got to talk about sharks, sea turtles, coral reefs, and we even got to go on a virtual field trip to an aquarium in Seattle, Washington. Since today starts a new week, we need a new theme. So I thought a new fun theme would be outer space. So with that comes really fun and exciting activities. We're going to be making food, our own constellations, and we are going on a virtual field trip. I hope you're all excited. After this week, I want to take suggestions from you all and see what themes you would like to explore more. But for this week, we're going to stick with the outer space theme, and we're going to do a lot of fun activities that I have planned for us. So behind me, as you know, I have my anchor chart. And today I will be creating a bubble map. A bubble map is when you take a word or a topic, and then it literally looks like bubbles coming out of the topic with words that describe the topic. So since it's our first day, I would like to do an introduction on outer space. And that will be my main topic. And then I'm going to think of words that describe outer space. The words I'm thinking of may be different from what you're thinking of because I can't read your minds at home. I don't really know what you guys think of outer space. So I'll do my best, and you can always write me a private comment so I can add more describing words to my bubble map. So you might have seen your teachers in the past make a bubble map, but when we're done creating this bubble map, we're actually going to go on our virtual field trip. It's going to be on Monday today because I thought it was a fantastic way to start our outer space week. So let's get started on the bubble map behind me. I didn't start it at all yet because I want to teach you how to make a bubble map in case you wanted to do it at home. So the very first thing you do is write the subject or topic in the middle of your board or piece of paper. So like I mentioned before, our topic or theme of the week is outer space. So I'm writing that in the middle, outer space. And I'm putting our topic in a bubble. And now I'm thinking of words that describe outer space. And right away, if I close my eyes and think of outer space, I think of darkness. I think of a dark black sky at night, okay? So again, you might not have thought of that, and that's okay. There's no real wrong answers as long as you're relating everything to outer space. So I'm going to write darkness. And what you do is you put your describing words in bubbles, and then you draw a line from the main topic to the bubbles you create. And that's how you create your bubble map. I'm just going to move my camera a little bit closer so you can see outer space and darkness. Something else that I picture are stars. And it's okay if you can't see the top of my head. The main focus is this anchor chart. So I'm going to write, and you can write it anywhere. It's supposed to be kind of sporadic and all over the place. Stars. And you put that in a bubble, and you connect it again to your topic bubble of outer space. Something else I think about is at night, when you look up at the sky, I think of the moon. Astronauts travel to the moon, and they're able to land on the moon. So when I think of outer space, I do think of, let me take a different color, the moon. And we are going to do a fun activity with the moon involving Oreo cookies. So I'm excited to do that with you all because I actually did that when I was younger. And it's a lot of fun to see the phases of the moon while using Oreo cookies. So hopefully you have them at home, and if not, you can always watch my video to see how I make them. Something else I think about in outer space are astronauts because their job is to travel to outer space. I remember when I was younger, I always wanted to be an astronaut or a teacher. I'm happy I got to do one of them. Okay. Now you can think of many more different adjectives or describing words, and feel free to message me and I'll add this to our bubble map. Something else I think of when I think of outer space are meteors. They're like big rocks that float in outer space. So I'm going to write meteor. And hopefully we have a chance to talk about meteors. They're so very interesting. And something else I think of is gravity. And this is something that we're actually going to see on our field trip today, is gravity. Let's see. Color I didn't use yet. I think I used all of them. Gravity. I'm sure there are a lot of things at home that you're thinking of, but feel free to message me. I'll leave this open so I have more space to write more describing words for outer space and what you think of. So if you have anything more to add to my personal bubble map, please don't hesitate to write me a private comment. Every single day I get more and more students writing to me, and that makes me so happy. I love seeing that you're watching my videos, you're taking the time to watch them and to learn more about really fun, interesting topics that you may not have the chance to learn in school right now. So I hope that you enjoy learning about outer space this week. Like I said, I have a lot of fun things planned. And right after this video, you will see a virtual field trip that we will be taking. So I hope you stick around and enjoy the field trip. Hi everyone. As mentioned before, I wanted to take a virtual field trip to start off this exciting week with our new theme of outer space. So why not start it other than visiting an international space station? So our virtual field trip is a life on the International Space Station. And throughout the virtual field trip, they are going to refer to the International Space Station as the ISS. So if you see the letters ISS, they're just talking about the International Space Station. And for those of you at home wondering, Miss Troya, what does this have to do with anything? Or what is the International Space Station? We are going to dive in and see what this is all about. So let's get started. What is the International Space Station, or the ISS? The International Space Station is a spacecraft. So it's a spacecraft that orbits the Earth and hosts a unique science laboratory. Astronauts and scientists from around the world collaborate here to investigate all types of phenomenon, not just space. The ISS is 250 miles above the Earth and makes one full revolution every 90 minutes. So that's a lot of information that we just learned about the ISS. It's not only used by astronauts, but scientists also. And it's in space, and they work together to investigate all different phenomenons in outer space. So it's very interesting seeing astronauts and scientists collaborate or work together to investigate all of the unknown. All that we don't know, they are now discovering. So we do know, and we become educated and informed. Okay, so we're going to take a trip and see what it's like on the ISS in outer space. So I'm so excited to show you this video. Play the video below to begin your virtual field trip. Make sure to pay attention to the I Spy checklist. Can you find? So as the video is playing, as the woman in the video is mentioning different I Spy items, I'm going to click and drag a check from the checklist and put it next to the I Spy items. So the first is a space toilet. Whoa. Floating water. So crazy. Fluff. I wonder what that is. Exercise bikes. A space suit. Africa. A laptop. Coffee. A Russian astronaut. And a space shuttle. So as she is talking about this in her video, you'll see the mouse clicking and dragging to check off our list. And hopefully if I miss one, you catch it and you're able to see. Let's get started. I can already see this is going to be a very interesting video of seeing someone working in the ISS in space.
Sunny Williams. I'm up here on the International Space Station. So this is Node 2. This is a really cool module. Of course, most of these modules you'll see they have 4 sides, and they're put together. That way we could sort of work on a flat plane, either a wall, a floor, another wall, or the ceiling. But, again, all you have to do is turn yourself and your reference changes.
Wow.
The reason I'm bringing that up is because this is where 4 out of 6 of us sleep. And so people always ask about sleeping in space. Do you lie down? Are you in a bed? Not really, because it doesn't matter. You don't really have the sensation of lying down. You just sit in your sleeping bag. So here's one sleep station right here. I'm going in right now. You can follow me if you want.
So neat.
So I'm inside. It's sort of like a little phone booth, but it's pretty comfy. I've got a sleeping bag right here that we sleep in, so we don't have sort of like a little bit of a cover. We don't fly all over the place. But you can sleep in any orientation. I have it feeling like I'm standing up right now, but like you saw, I'm on the floor. But it doesn't matter if I turn over and I sleep upside down. I don't have any sensation in my head that tells me that I'm upside down, so it really doesn't matter. The sleep station is also like a little office. We've got a computer in here. As you can see, we've got a couple of toys. I've got some books.
Oh no.
As you can see, you've got a couple little toys. I've got some books. I've got some clothes and other things that make it sort of like home. I'm coming out. And just for reference, that's one sleep station. This one's another.
Wow.
Right here. There's one on the ceiling, if you want to call it. Right here. And then there's a 4th on the other wall over here. So all of us sleep in a little bit of a circle. All right, come on back. There's more to show you. I know that there's some questions about how to use the bathroom and how do you actually live in space like normal, like at home. I mentioned real quickly about getting up in the morning and brushing your teeth and washing your face. Well, how do you do that? Well, here is the bathroom, essentially. You get up in the morning, and we have a little kit, and it has all the essential things that you need, like your toothbrush and toothpaste and brush. See how much better the brush makes my hair look? I'm just joking. It still stands up straight. It doesn't matter where you are. It's always going to stand up straight while you're up in space. A lot of people ask about toothbrush and toothpaste. So, luckily enough, toothpaste, you can do it upside right this way, is sticky, and so it sticks to your toothbrush, no problem. Another cool thing is that water sticks to your toothbrush too. If you can see it.
Floating water.
Come out. The water is pretty neat up in space. It'll stick to your toothbrush, and it will make a big bubble. And that's just by surface tension. And then you can drink it.
Wow.
So a lot of people
imagine
ask
that.
what do you do with the toothpaste after you brush your teeth? Two options. Swallow it, and it's sort of like mouthwash, but it tastes a little gross. Or you can just spit it out in a paper towel, and then you don't have to worry about it. Swallowing thing I wouldn't recommend at home. I'm only up here for 4 months, so it's not that bad. One of the most pressing questions about living in space, of course, is the bathroom. So let's take a look at that little piece of work. Come on in. Here we are at the throne. This is awesome. You might see the little, you might have noticed the little moon on the outside. This is our orbital outhouse right here. And of course, it serves for two functions. Number 2, right here. I'll show you. But you see it's pretty small, so you have to have pretty good aim, and you be ready to make sure things get let go the right direction. And it smells a little bit, so I'm closing it up. And that's, of course, for number 2. And this guy right here
That's for number 1.
is for number 1. So
Since it's a long video, we're going to skip through it a little bit.
We can do that because we lose bone density and muscle mass while we're up here, and that's a result of not having to fight against gravity. So how we keep ourselves in shape are with a bike, a treadmill, and a weightlifting machine.
Wow.
This is the bike. You notice the clipped pedals. So all you need to do is actually clip your feet in, and then you can start pedaling. You don't need a seat because you don't sit down. Actually, I haven't sat down for 6 months now, so you don't need any type of seat. Just make sure you're held in with your pedals. You probably see that the bike bounces around a little bit. As I move it, it's not steady and held to the wall firmly. And the reason for that is the space station is pretty big. You saw that there's also solar arrays on the space station. If we start putting any forces into the space station, it's going to make those solar arrays bounce around a little bit. So to prevent that, the machines bounce around a little bit, move around a little bit, and that way we don't put any forces onto the structure of the spacecraft.
So we see how they exercise.
Hold on. Show you how this works. So you can see you can change your attitude just by going from one module to the next, going up from the cupola down here. This is what we call the A-red. And with this, you can lift weights.
Wow, even more exercising.
Based on vacuum in these cylinders.
That's so interesting. So many
I
different
know
ways.
a couple of the questions are about what type of things do you have to worry about. And some of the things we have to worry about in space are fire. If we had a fire, if we had a depressurization, like we were hit by a micrometeorite and it made a hole, or if we had some type of toxic atmosphere. We use ammonia for our radiator, so there is a possibility that ammonia could come into the vehicle, and then it would be bad for all of us. If we have any of those problems, we come right here, which we call the central post. It is the main heart of the space station. It was also the first computers that came up here that ran the space station. And so behind this wall right here are these main computers. So we gather here as a group of 3 or 6 and then figure out how we're going to either fight the fire, patch the hole, or solve the toxic spill. And what's cool about this module, of course, it's the central post. It also has great windows right down toward Earth. It has controls to fly in visiting spacecraft if they need some assistance right here. It has Russian computers as well as American computers to help us control anything we need to on the space station. It's a couple of our crewmates back there, Oleg Novitsky on the right and Yuri Malenchenko on the left. And there's also a second bathroom here, which is really cool because 6 of us going to one bathroom is really tough. And so there's one bathroom here and one bathroom on the other side. Coming down.
So we are right now traveling through the ISS.
It's a little tricky getting in here. This is the docking probe right here, this big thing. This helps us connect to the spacecraft. This probe actually sticks into this cone, and that's how the spacecraft, our Soyuz, becomes connected to the ISS initially. That is then replaced by clamps, which are around here, that will allow the 2 spacecraft to be stuck together. And then you can remove the probe and the cone. You okay? All right, so here we are in the Soyuz. This is what we call the BEO, the living compartment, Bitaboy Otsek in Russian. It also has a little bathroom. It's not as good as the other bathrooms, so we try not to use it too much. It has drinking water in it if we need something to drink. And then, of course...
Okay, so I'm going to stop it there. I know I took only bits and pieces, but that's because it's a half an hour video. So if you are interested, I will post this PowerPoint so you can take the time in your day and you can sit and watch with your family or your siblings or your friends, and you can share it, obviously, so your friends can have the same experience that you did at home. So let's do this checklist and see what we were able to find. So, space toilet, we definitely got to see where they went to the bathroom, which was so very interesting. Floating water. Remember when she had to brush her teeth, she needed the floating water with her toothpaste. Something else we were able to see was an exercise bike, which was so very interesting to see that even though they're up in space, they're still taking the time to exercise and keeping in shape. We did see a laptop, and that for the most part is it, and I believe she was a Russian astronaut. So let me take that. So like I said, I will be posting this PowerPoint as well as the video I'm recording right now, so you can take the time to watch it fully at home. Now there are a set of questions, and we are going to see what we're able to answer based on what we saw. So the first question is, do scientists on the ISS sleep upside down? A, yes, B, no, or C, it's complicated. I don't know about you guys, but I think it's kind of their living and sleeping situation is pretty complicated. It looks like they can sleep upside down, but it also seems like they're kind of floating in their little area. So I'm going to go with C, it's complicated. And it is. It is yes and no, it is complicated. The lack of gravity makes it hard to really have a concept of up and down. They're kind of just floating in the air. We didn't see how they prepared food, but let's see how they do. They add water to dehydrated food and they heat it up. So the food selection on the ISS is pretty nice. You can even get your favorites. Oops. Spacesuits are heavy. Why don't they weigh down the astronauts outside of the space station? The absence of gravity means it doesn't pull them down. So while scientists on the ISS do work out, it is actually the lack of gravity that helps stay in control of their spacesuits. Very interesting. And then imagine you are a scientist who is leaving Earth to study on the International Space Station, which is exactly what we just saw. What are you studying? What is life like for you? Describe your first day on the ISS and what your job will be. Write your journal entry here. So I'm just going to begin writing a journal entry, and obviously since I'm posting this PowerPoint, you can take the time to write your own journal entry. So I'll write, Dear Journal, it has been an eventful first day. I can only imagine how difficult it is to just simply do simple tasks like, sorry, that's my dog if you hear her in the background, to do simple tasks like brushing your teeth, brushing your hair. I am struggling so far with brushing my teeth and my hair. My hair won't stay down. And then it's saying, what am I studying? I am studying different types of meteors that can potentially be a danger to planet Earth. Again, this is all creative writing. You can make up anything you like, anything you want to study while on the ISS. This is just what I'm thinking. What is life like for you? I said it was difficult so far, and you can go on to add more details. What is it like living with people that isn't your family and they really aren't your friends? Are you becoming friendly with them? How is going to the bathroom? Is that a struggle for you? I know I love sleeping. I love laying in a bed or on a couch, so I can't imagine floating while you're sleeping. I can't imagine how hard it is to maybe fall asleep at night. So use your creative minds. Watch the full video. Please let me know how you feel about the video. I know she goes into a lot of detail, which is really awesome. So please write me in a private comment if you enjoy this virtual field trip on the ISS. I have tons of fun activities planned for outer space. I hope you have a wonderful Monday, and I'll see you all tomorrow.